What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to this channel. Super excited for you to be here. A lot of people don't know what to choose, don't know the difference between credit card processors. We're going to lay it all out in this video. Nayax credit card processor versus USA Technologies, my personal experience between the two companies. This is not a full-based experience. Obviously, I haven't had experience with either. It's just been a couple of years. Nayax only 6 months, but we're diving right into this video. So if you want to know what credit card processor is good for your vending machine, what's the cost on each, what are they going to do for you, you can see I have a whole list here of cons, pros for both companies as well. I have both companies' websites loaded up. So if you want to learn what processing to use for your vending machine business, make sure you're staying tuned to the end of this video. All right, what is up, everyone? What is up, vending family? Super excited for everyone to be here. But without further ado, hopping right into it, going and starting with Nayax. We're going to start with some pros and then we'll get into the cons of it. But Nayax, one of the biggest things that they have is a mobile application called MoMA. The app tracks your inventory. It texts you. It tells you what's going on. It shows you if your machines are down. It shows you everything. It shows you the last sales, the last activity, everything, the cash, how much is in the cash box, how much is in your coin tubes, how many credit card sales. It breaks down everything in such a simple app that tells you everything you need to know about your vending business on a daily basis. This is something that I personally don't know exists with USA Technologies. I never use an app. They have an online platform, USA Live, which is your backend for your credit card readers. So that's what USA has. Another thing Nayax has is easy to access, clean dashboard for everything for you to understand best-selling products and product groups. So when you go on Nayax.com, you can see that your drinks are selling 60% better than your snacks. Certain snacks are selling better than your drinks. So you can prepare your inventory for the upcoming week and the upcoming collection that you're going to do in your vending machine business. When you're just starting out, these things aren't completely necessary. These things aren't things that you really need to do or really need to know, because maybe you have 1, 2, 3 machines. It's not necessarily super important, but it does become more and more important as you have more and more machines in your vending machine business. And it all depends on you and your company and what you're trying to do. I suggest everyone to understand their inventory from the beginning. This was something that I didn't have when I started my vending business. I was kind of just doing it haphazardly, going with the flow of it and doing it as I could. But the best thing is have your inventory tracked from the beginning. So then as you build up, you have that system, that structure in place, and form follows function. So that's a big thing to learn in this business early on. Here's a con. The app is not completely done. I'll be completely honest. It might still be in beta, but I don't believe it is. They don't tell you it's in beta, but I personally, as an app developer and someone who has had multiple apps on the App Store, think that this application is just a web-based app. So it's pulling from a web page. It's not an actual app that is held on your phone. Although, yes, it is. In technical terms, it may be just pulling from a web page instead of actually an application. For the non-technical people, no need to worry about that, but the app is a little buggy when it comes to certain things. Another con. Nayax has been getting very rude with me on the phone about my planograms. This is something that I wanted to voice on here and just make it clear that the Nayax customer service is a little pushier when it comes to certain things compared to USA Technologies, and I'll compare the two here. But when I have called up probably the last 5 times, I've been installing a lot of vending machines, a lot of different types of machines, trying different things out in my business. I always get some pushback. Oh, have you taken the online course? And yes, I've taken the online Nayax course, but again, to set up my planogram, if I'm standing in front of my machine, you are customer service. You are supposed to do what I'm asking you to do. That's basically what a customer service representative does. So I think whoever these people are at Nayax that are having an attitude and don't want me to set up these devices and have the planograms set up through them, I think it's kind of rude, and I wanted to voice my opinion on that. And on the negative side of Nayax, I believe, and I'm skipping right ahead to this, is they're not reliable. And I shouldn't really say that completely, but to a point, the device I just installed on a frozen sandwich machine. It's my first sandwich machine. I'll show you guys that on this channel. Super exciting. Vending yogurt and burgers and empanadas and ice cream. Super cool stuff. You might have seen those on Jaime's channel. He's been having issues with his. I have a similar machine to that. But besides the point, I installed the Nayax credit card reader on this machine, and it doesn't work. After 2 hours of being on the machine, it went completely black and just broke down. No response to it. And I think it's just crazy. You spend the time installing the machine, putting it on, you're paying the money every month, you're paying for the swipes, and it breaks. And, now they're sending me a replacement one, which is awesome. Fine. This is what you would do in this situation. There's nothing I can do. But I think it's kind of crazy when you call and the service rep is like, we've never had this happen, or we've never heard of this happening. So it was just very interesting to hear that. But they're sending me a replacement, and I'm adding them to a non-reliable side. Unlike USA Tech, I've never had a USA Tech problem. I've had probably 30, maybe a little more than 30 of those readers from USA Technologies. I've never had an issue with any of them. The only issue I've ever had was I'd had to move the antenna around. Sometimes their antenna can be flaky depending on, what SIM card you have in it, obviously. But moving right along, here's another con. They're actually not charging the 10 cents on my vend. So this might be different for everyone. And I would love to know any vendors currently using Nayax. If you look at your sales, you're supposed to charge 10 cents. I don't know if you guys do. I personally do. So if someone has a dollar item and they swipe a credit card, it becomes $1.10 at that point. If it's a $1.50 item, it becomes $1.60. If it's a $2.75 item like Monster, it becomes $2.85. They're not charging that 10 cents. Although in my Nayax backend, it says, okay, 10 cents per vend, they're not charging it. Again, call the technical service rep, the customer service people at Nayax, and they say, oh, we don't understand. I've never seen this happen. We don't know what to do. And then they're telling me, oh, go to your machines, check each machine out. You know how much time consumption that takes to go to all your machines and vend products at every single machine? This is not something you want to do as a vendor. You want to have reliable credit card readers. You want to set them up once, and they're good to go from the get-go. I don't know why, but now that I've realized that they're not charging the 10 cents, it's kind of bothering me with them. They charge also a 5.95% per item vended. So for each item, if you vend out a dollar item, they're taking 6 cents of that. And that is why we charge the 10 cents, because as well, per month, it's $8 or $8.99 for Nayax, and then it's $9.99 for USA Technology per month per reader, because you're paying for that broadband. It's not on Wi-Fi. It's actually on a SIM card similar to a phone. It works the same way, and that's what you're paying for. I totally understand that. But with USA Technologies, I've never had an issue with the 10 cents. They charge the 10 cents for everything. As well, there should be two-tier. With Nayax, there's two-tier. In USA, there's two-tier. USA's two-tier I've seen work. Nayax two-tier, I have not seen work. I haven't even seen the one-tier work with the 10 cents thing, like I'm telling you. If you are a vendor currently and you use Nayax, please comment below. Look in your sales for your last vending machines on the mobile app or online. Are they charging the 10 cents on your item? I'd be surprised to see that they might not be, and you just have not noticed that. I don't know. In all, though, summing up Nayax, and we're going to move on to USA Technologies. Nayax trumps the technology of USA Technologies in a sense. I did go on the USA Technology website here, which I will show you guys. They do have Seed Pro, which is simpler, a way to simplify your routing. It doesn't look as advanced compared to Nayax, but if we go back here, they also have another device that I've never used. So the device I've used is the ePort G9 kit. This is what I've used. But this seems to be a very cool thing. The ePort Interactive, I've seen these on machines. You can put your calorie content and things like that. This is the future here. This is similar to the VPost Touch, which is what Nayax has. But Nayax doesn't allow you to, put your calorie contents on your machine. But this is the other one that I've been using with Nayax. A little different than the ePorts, obviously, here. But just wanted to say that they do have this technology, and obviously this is my opinion and my basis of what I think with the two companies. I've been with USA Technology for a couple of years, Nayax only probably the past 6 to 7 months. But this is Nayax. This is their back end. I think it's just a lot more intuitive when it comes to things, and they even have like a customer app where it's called the I can't even think what it's called right now. The Mona. Damn. I've never used it, but there's an app that the customers can even have, and you can send them coupons and rewards. I think it's pretty awesome. But in all, Nayax, they have some bugs. They have some things they need to fix. And obviously, you can reach out to support and tell them to fix things. But hopefully, over this coming week, they're going to fix things with the 10-cent charge on my machine, and as well getting my replacement device so I can install that on my new machine that I just installed, which is down and not accepting credit cards. Not the biggest deal, but it does suck when you're paying $300 for a device. You want it to always work. You don't want it to just break and then them have no clue why it happened, because then that makes you think it's going to happen again in the future. But now let's tune in here to USA Technologies. And I still use USA Technologies, so don't think I don't use it. I'm going to switch over to Nayax, it seems, or what I was going to do, but that kind of changed at this point. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But they break down your money. This is one of the biggest things. And as well, They do have an inventory management platform and you can do your planograms for most machines, but I never found my machines in their templates. So whenever I called them, set them up, no one really seemed to know what I was talking about and no one knew how to set them up. I don't know if it's changed now, but I've just lost interest doing that. All I do to manage my inventory with any USA Tech, I put them in an Excel sheet, and when I go to each machine, I can kind of track what's selling and what's not. Usually it's pretty average. I've had a lot of those locations for a long time, so I already know what items are selling and which don't. It's pretty just factored into the location. A con is it doesn't break down the popular items sold, similar to Nayax, unless maybe you have that Seed Pro account, which costs more money. Again, Nayax doesn't charge you more for their awesome back end and the breakdown of everything, but maybe someone else as well. Comment down below if you use USA Technologies on your vending route. Any pros out there? Does it break down your popular items sold or any type of breakdown between cash, credit card, and contactless? It does do that, truthfully, actually. I don't know why I have it as that a con. It does break down your cash, your credit, and your contactless payment. That's one thing Nayax doesn't do. If someone uses Apple Pay, it doesn't tell you they used Apple Pay. And it's not the biggest deal, but it is cool that USA Technologies does differentiate the payments. So when you have it broken down, you can see that. And it just, makes you think about the future of, okay, if 30% of people are using contactless and no one's swiping their card, maybe that's the future of, these readers. I'm sure there are vendors out there who have planograms set up in USA Tech and they're familiar with the initial setup, but I've never done it over the 4+ years that I've been with USA Technologies. And all I'm doing here is voicing my opinion between the two so you understand the difference between the two. And obviously I've had questions actually recently asked because I have a video on here installing a Nayax credit card reader. How does it work to do the processing? Nayax handles everything out of the gate. If you call Nayax and you want one Nayax credit card reader, they set up the SIM card, it's online, you're set up with their backend, they give you a login, and you have a Nayax University course which teaches you how to use their backend and set up products in your backend like you should to manage your inventory and everything like that. As well, you have to send them in your W-2 and your bank info, so that they can send you a check every single Friday. With USA Technologies, it's every other day, depending on your deposits. You can set your limit. So if it hits $200-$300, you can have it set so it does it at that certain break point. With Nayax, it's just an every Friday deposit, and that's how that works. USA Tech is $2 more per month per device. So just keep that in mind if that bothers you or not. And USA Tech, I know, has very large accounts. I've seen a lot of the Coca-Cola machines do have USA Technology machines. I've seen the Pepsi use Nayax actually, but it just depends on the companies, and I just wanted to add that in there. And as well, I left off with USA is reliable compared to Nayax. I've never had one single issue with USA Technologies, truthfully. But again, I just like the back end of Nayax. It makes it a lot smoother for accounting purpose and inventory management purposes. Obviously, it doesn't track everything, but I do think the back end has some potential. And what I'm told is they're working on it every day to make it better for the vendor. So I think it's very cool, the breakdown of everything. And you'll obviously have to experience either of them. You can contact both companies, and I'm sure they'll set you up with a demo account. I remember in the beginning, USA Technologies actually set me up with a demo account. So you could demo either of the websites. Go to Nayax.com or what is USA? USATech.com. And that's pretty much it for both. But that's my breakdown between Nayax and USA Tech. I don't have a pick between the two. I still use both. I can't say one is better than the other, but you have my opinions on what's going on with both and how I'm using both. So that's pretty much it. I think this breakdown might help a lot of you beginning vendors. If someone wants a Vending Revolution book and you stuck to the end, I appreciate you. I really do. Come back to this channel. Hit that notification bell. Get notified when I release new videos. This channel is slightly dying off, and I want to help as many people as I possibly can. It is demotivating not to get that many views, but I know I can still help as many people that watch these videos, and I'm grateful for the couple people that continue to come back and comment and like these videos. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you guys in the next video here soon as well. There is a schedule now. Mondays we're doing videos. Wednesday, we're doing articles, which I'll push somehow to a video onto my YouTube channel. And Fridays, we're doing podcasts, which are on every platform. And I will push videos on Fridays on my YouTube of the podcast, having guests. If you want to be a guest, comment down below. Tell me what you do. It's basically 20 questions. I'm asking you 20 questions about a certain thing that relates to your life, your business, anything like that. And yeah, let's all keep growing. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.